Okay. Tell me, are the voice and screen clear? All okay? Are the voice and screen clear? Yes. Okay. So a very good morning to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Aditya, Samadhya. Good morning. Akash. Good morning. Yes, Khushi. Good morning. Fine. Tell me, what was the last point that we were doing? Yes, Arsh, Sania. Good morning. Okay. Tell me, have you read the chapter Mechanical Properties of Fluid from the notes and the board? Tell me how many of you have done that. Let me check. Yesterday, no homework was given. Only note reading of the fluid mechanics. That note also I have provided. Okay, Shravani is saying done. Very good. What about others? What about others? Sir, we were busy, sir. है ना? We were busy. Physics साठी time काढता झाला नाही, है की नाही? Okay, Siddhi is saying done. Very good. बाकी कुठे आहेत? बाकी लोक कुठे आहेत? Okay, Antara saying done. Arsh, half remaining. Okay. Arsh, half remaining, half complete. असलं काय चालणार नाही. Aditya saying done. Good. Okay, today's task MCQs. Okay, those who have not completed the reading will complete the reading, will understand the thing. And boards MCQs means question number 1. Boards question number 1 and question number 2. In the question number 1 you have MCQs. Okay, Vidula is saying have some doubts. Okay, you can send those doubts to me. Okay, on the WhatsApp. So as a homework today you will solve the MCQs part of the fluid mechanics and the single mark questions, that is question number 1 and question number 2. In question number 1 as a sub questions you will have MCQs. In the question number 2 as a sub question you will have single mark questions. Okay, only that you have to do. So question number 1 and question number 2 as a homework you will do today. Okay, fine. So what was the last question that we did? Tell me, what was the last question that we did? Bolo. Question number that we did, or the theory that we did in the last lecture. Cells in series, cells in parallel, advantageous, disadvantageous parallel circuit that we have done. Okay, cells in the wrong order also done. Fine. Now cells in series, cells in parallel that we have done. Let's continue the part grouping of cells. Grouping of cells. In that, the last part is mixed grouping, series grouping, parallel grouping, and now mixed grouping. Okay, write down mixed grouping. What is the meaning of mixed grouping? There will be series as well as parallel connection, just like resistance in series, resistance in parallel, and the resistance in mixed combination, series parallel. Fine. So what is the example that they have given? It's this. E-R, E-R, E-R up to M times, okay, and the same branch up to M times, and such same branches, one branch, two branch, up to N branches. Okay, Okay, fine. So how many times? N times. Okay. So shall I write n branches, and m cells in each branch. M cells in each branch. Okay. And generally the identical cell case is taken ER. ER. No need to say E1, E2, E1, E2, E3. Just say ER. Okay. E comma R. So even though the internal resistance is not drawn, as it is written E comma R, it means this cell has internal resistance. So ER, ER, ER. Sorry, E comma R. Fine. First of all, tell me what will be the answer of this one branch. What is the answer of one branch? One branch effective cell. Tell me effective cell. One branch effective cell will be equal. Tell me one branch effective cell is equal. One branch effective cell will be equal to such m cells are there. One branch equivalent cell and equivalent resistance. Equivalent cell, correct समझ one branch cell series. Cells काय करायचे series मध्ये? You have to add. Correct Aditi? You have m cells, E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4 plus E5 up to m times. But sir, all E1, E2, E3 are same, E plus E plus E plus E plus up to m times. So m times E. Okay. Are equivalent. All the resistances are in series. Same current is flowing in this branch. Same current is flowing in this branch. So E. What is the answer? Sorry. R. What is the answer? All the resistances are in series. Small r. Correct. Very good. Sir, R plus R plus R plus R plus R up to m times MR. That's a one branch. How many such branches? N branches. Okay. N branches. All right. ME. ME. MR. ME. MR up to N times. N times. ME. MR. Give me 1 second. One second. It's not working. Wait for a second. Give me 1 second. Yes. ME, MR. Such n cells, n identical cells in parallel. If you have identical cells in parallel, the effective EMF is same as that of the individual cell. If you have n identical cells, Me, 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 whatever number of identical cells you have, but if they have connected in series, if they are connected in series, then answer will be for series M times, it will be M times E. But identical cells connected in parallel, answer will remain same. For example, E in parallel, 2 cells in parallel, 3 cells in parallel, 5 cells in parallel. If they are identical, answer will remain same as that of the individual cell. Okay, that special case I have already given you yesterday. So Me, all in parallel, answer will be a single cell having EMF Me तोच राहणार. But internal resistance R parallel R by 4, R parallel R by 2, R parallel R by 3, MR parallel MR by 4, 5 times parallel MR by 5, 6 MR parallel आहेत तर MR upon 6, 7 times MR parallel असतील तर MR upon 7. Okay, such MR are parallel n times, such MR are parallel n times. So that will be sir MR upon M, MR upon N. Reply in the chat box, agree, disagree, A or D. बोलो बोलो चला बघा बाळ, पॉइंट A आणि पॉइंट B चा इफेक्टिव्ह सेल, स्मॉल a स्मॉल d. Agree, disagree. चला चेक करा, मिक्स ग्रुपिंग, पॉइंट ओवर. चलो नेक्स्ट, question number 74. This is 74th question. See how many questions we have solved. एक्सरसाइज मध्ये पण नसतील एवढे, है का नाही? एवढे सॉल्ड एक्झाम्पल केलेत आपण, याला म्हणायचा अभ्यास. नेक्स्ट, question number 74. Find the EMF and the internal resistance of a single battery which is equivalent to the combination of 3 batteries. Okay, you want to find single battery instead of 3 batteries. Okay, connected as shown in the figure. Okay, how they have been connected? Like this, right, left, left, okay, 6, 1, 10, 2, 4, 2, volt, volt, ohm, volt, ohm. Okay, number 1, find out parallel of these two, find out parallel of these two. Then that battery and this battery will be in series, that battery and this battery will be in series. Tell me, this is rightward battery, this is leftward battery, which is higher? 10 volt is higher. So let us find net rightward battery of these two. Let us find net rightward battery of these two. Okay, fine. So let us call the effective of this battery as E1. This is 6 volt, 1 ohm. Let us call effective of this battery as a rightward battery, which is equal to E1, which is equal to E1, or E equivalent 1, E equivalent 1, E equivalent 1, effective of this battery. Let us find net rightward battery. This is rightward, this is leftward. But in the parallel combination, you want to find, let's say, net rightward battery. Okay, this is a parallel combination. For the parallel combination, we are taking the effective battery. Let us call this point as X. This is point B. This is point A. This is point A. This is point X. This is point B, Bombay. So this is equivalent resistance, R equivalent 1. Okay, R equivalent 1. Fine, sir. Between point X and V, let us find out effective battery of these two. This is a parallel combination. In the parallel combination, the rule is E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 whole divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 whole divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. E1 net rightward we are calculating. So rightward battery will be taken positive, leftward battery will be taken negative. E1 plus 10 upon R1 plus E2. Sir, this is not rightward battery, it's leftward battery, so change the sign. Mine E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2, but E2 will be taken minus 4. E2 will be taken minus 4. E2 upon R2 whole divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. 1 upon R1, 1 upon R1, R1 is 2 plus 1 upon R2, R2 is 2. Tell me the answer. Fast, do the calculation. Tell me the answer. पॅरलचा आन्सर तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, फॉर्म्युला काल लिहून दिला. E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 whole divided by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This is E1 R1, E2 R2. What is answer? Okay, Vaibhavi has said, sir, 3 volt. Okay, 3 volt or 3 volt. This is equivalent battery EEQ1. Okay, tell me R equivalent. R equivalent of 1. Very simple, sir. Two resistances in parallel, R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. R1 is 2, R2 is also 2 upon R1 plus R2, R1 plus R2. Or simply R parallel R by 2, 2 parallel 2 by 2, 1. Check whether the answer is 1 or not. Yes, it is 1. Fine, sir. So therefore point A, 6 volt battery, 1 ohm resistance, point X, then this effective battery. Answer positive alone, म्हणजे assumption is right. The answer came out to be positive. Tell me yes or no. The answer came out to be positive, plus 3 volt. So assumption is right. If the answer comes out to be negative, assumption is wrong. So what you will do? You will simply reverse the battery and you will make the sign positive. Right side ची battery negative आली, म्हणजे left side ला battery draw करा आणि positive number लिहा. Okay. If the right side battery, rightward battery is negative, draw it leftward and put the sign positive. Fine. So this battery, which is equal to 3 volt, and the equivalent resistance is equal to 1 ohm that we have found. That's point B, Bombay. Resistance R eq only. EEQ will be what? Tell me in the chat box. Net leftward battery is equal to, this is series combination. Are the voice and screen clear? Please reply in the chat box. Yes. Up to this, is that clear? Up to this? Up to this, is that clear? Yes. Okay. Now concentrate once again. I think there was some problem, technical problem. I said effective leftward battery. Effective leftward is equal to effective leftward. Why? Reply in the chat box. Their answer, our answer, clear and written. What is their answer? 3 volt, 2 ohm. That's our answer as well. 3 volt, 2 ohm. Reply in the chat box, clear and written. Question number 74 over. कुठला पॉइंट आकाश? विच पॉइंट? इथपर्यंत समजलं होतं, त्याच्यानंतरच स्क्रीन पॉज झाल्यानंतर मी हे रिपीट पण केलेलं आहे. विच पॉइंट यू वॉन्ट? टेल मी. लास्ट, सेकंड लास्ट, थर्ड लास्ट, फोर्थ लास्ट, फिफ्थ लास्ट? Same point. Same point means what? Last, second last, third last, fourth last, fifth last. Third last, last, second last, third last. These two resistances, effective battery of these two we have found. Effective resistance of these two, REQ1, that REQ1 we are finding here. Effective resistance of these two, 2 parallel 2 by 2, RR parallel R by 2, or R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is equal to 1 ohm. So this resistance is equal to 1 ohm. This battery is equal to 3 volt. This battery 3 volt. This resistance 1 ohm. Now effective of these two batteries are in series. These two batteries are in series. So 6 minus 3. Why? Net leftward battery is equal to all leftward minus all rightward. All leftward 6 minus all rightward 3. Net leftward is equal to all leftward minus all rightward. Net leftward is equal to all leftward minus all rightward. That's the final answer. These two resistances are in series. So 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 1, 2. That's it. Between points A and B, you have 3 volt as the effective battery and 2 ohm as effective resistance. Between point A and B, you have 3 volt as effective battery and 2 ohm as effective internal resistance. Okay. Next point, write down the heading as electrical appliances. Electrical appliances or electrical devices. Electrical appliances. Electrical appliances. Number 1 is galvanometer. Number 1 is galvanometer. Number 1 is galvanometer. Just keep on writing. Symbol capital G. Left side terminal it has right side terminal. It's some appliance or it is a device. Write down. It is a current measuring device. It is a current. Just keep on writing. Theoretical. It's a current measuring device. It's a current measuring device. The deflection in bracket angle of the coil of the galvanometer coil deflection of the galvanometer coil is directly proportional to the current passing through the coil. The current passing through the coil. Just keep on writing. The current passing through the coil. A spring is attached. A spring, rather right, a torsional spring. A torsional spring is attached. Just keep on writing. We'll see its construction later. Initially, just keep on writing. A torsional spring is attached to the galvanometer. Which provides the restoring torque to the coil. Okay, fine. Slowly try to understand. See, the galvanometer is a current measuring device. Okay, fine. So it measures current. Okay, its current and its angle of deflection and the current are directly proportional to each other. Its current and angle of deflection are directly proportional to each other. 0 milliampere, 1 milliampere, 2 milliampere, 3 milliampere. Okay, so that's the deflection of the coil theta. That's the deflection of the galvanometer coil. What is coil? Where is the coil? How it rotates because of the current? All those points will be covered later because it involves the concept of magnetism, rather magnetic field. Right now we know only electric field. We do not know the magnetic field. Okay, so right now we cannot understand the working. Okay, fine, but we can still write the equations. Okay, the thing is very simple. The deflection of this pointer is directly proportional to angle. Rather, deflection means angle, sir. Okay, so deflection of this pointer, that is theta, is directly proportional to current passing through galvanometer. Okay, let's say the current through the galvanometer is Ig. Fine. So can we say theta is proportional to Ig? Yes, you can say. So instead of writing values of angle 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, instead of writing angle, people will write their current because angle is directly proportional to current. Up to this reply in the chat box clear, small c. Device almost तयार झालेला आहे. We do not know exact working, but right now what we know is this. Current and angle are directly proportional to each other. So instead of angle, right, instead of writing 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, people can write the value of current. That's it. आता reply करा. Good. Good. Fine. Next. So this deflection theta is directly proportional to current through the galvanometer. Okay, sir. All right. If the current is like left to right, it will be deflected rightwards. If the current is right to left, if the current is right to left, the pointer will be deflected leftward. Okay, but the deflection means angle, that is proportional to current through the galvanometer. Okay, sir, fine, no problem. All right. The spring is attached to the galvanometer, which provides the restoring torque to the coil. Fine. There is some coil in the galvanometer. One pointer is attached to the coil. If the current passes through the coil starts rotating. If the coil starts rotating, pointer also starts rotating. Just try to imagine there is some coil. There is some coil here. Okay. One pointer is attached to this coil. Okay. If the current passes through the coil, hand means coil. This hand means coil. If the current passes through the coil starts rotating. Okay. Because of the presence of magnetic field, torque starts acting on the coil. What is the magnetic field? How the torque is produced because of magnetic field? Keep it aside. If the current passes through the coil starts rotating. So if coil rotates, pointer rotates. There is another spring attached to this coil. The spring automatically gets twisted. The spring automatically gets twisted. If the coil rotates, spring gets twisted. The second hand is the spring. First hand is the coil. This pen is the pointer. If the current passes through the coil will rotate. Automatically spring will be twisted. Automatically the spring will be twisted. At some point, the torque of deflection, if it balances with the torque of the spring, which is called as restoring torque. Spring is saying come back to original position. And if the current passes through the coil means hand. If the current passes through the coil deflects. So that is deflecting torque. If that deflecting torque and the restoring torque of the spring gets balanced, pointer will remain stationary. For given value of current, it will find some angle theta at which it will remain stationary. Is that clear? Reply me in the chat box. This is how it works. At least some intuitive understanding that there is some device in which there is a torque balance. In physics म्हणून काय आहे ते? Physics म्हणून ते फक्त torque balance, nothing else. So because of the current, coil is deflecting, and that coil is deflected. It will keep on deflecting, but at some stage it stops. Why? Because there is a twisting of coil. Sorry, there is twisting of spring. There is a twisting of spring. Okay, fine. So let me write tau is a torque. Or let me write when the deflecting torque and restoring torque, just keep on writing. We'll see this instrument in detail later. For time being, just keep on writing. When the deflecting torque and the restoring torque balance each other, the pointer stops. Eka position la जाऊन it stops. So write tau deflecting is equal to tau restoring. Deflecting torque is provided by magnetic field. Whenever the current passes through the coil which is placed in the magnetic field, the torque acts on the coil. What is that concept we will learn in the chapter of magnetic field? Okay, so this is also called as magnetic torque. This is also called as spring torque. Fine. Just like electric field is denoted by the symbol of capital E, magnetic field is denoted by the symbol capital B. Right now we do not know what is magnetic field, but just write down the equation. Magnetic torque is N I A B equals this part. Right now we do not know, forget about it. Just don't worry. We are going to derive this, so just don't worry. Restoring torque of the spring. If there is restoring force, we write F is equal to Kx. Restoring force ला कसं लिहितो? F is equal to Kx. Then for restoring torque, tau is equal to C theta. Tau is equal to C theta. Let me write this once again. N I is nothing but current through the galvanometer coil. A B equals C theta. This is restoring torque. If the spring gets compressed by X or elongated by X, there is a restoring force. F is equal to Kx. Similarly, if the spring gets twisted by angle theta, there is a restoring torque C theta. Kx C theta. Restoring force F is equal to Kx. Restoring torque tau is equal to C. Force constant, torque constant, or this is also called as twist constant. This is linear displacement, or this is displacement. This is deflection. This is linear displacement, elongation or extension. This is twist. याला elongation म्हणा किंवा extension म्हणा. This is called as twist. Linear angular. Fine. So here also you can observe this current through the galvanometer coil is directly proportional to deflection. Ig is proportional to theta. Okay, Ig is proportional to theta. What is N? What is Ig? What is A? What is B? What is C? What is theta? Let's write down all the things. Number, hash means number. Or let me write. Number of turns of coil. Number of turns of coil, galvanometer coil. Number of turns of coil. Just keep on writing. Ig, current through galvanometer. Current through galvanometer means galvanometer coil. Current through galvanometer. NIA. A is the area of coil. Area of coil. You will be given length and breadth. You will be asked to find out area. Very simple. The coil is generally like this, rectangular coil. Rectangular coil is generally given to you. First turn, see the wire comes like this. Turn number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many turns are there, and like this, and there is the spring here. Now you can imagine it. And one pointer is attached here. If the coil rotates, pointer also rotates. Slowly, imagination will get built up. कधीही न बघितलेली गोष्ट डोळ्यासमोर दिसायला लागते. It is called as imagination. That's the power of human brain. stops and there is a marking like this: 0 milliampere, 1 milliampere. Here also again you will write 1 milliampere, 2 milliampere. That's how it works. And all this thing is put in some small box so that it can be sold. Okay, Victa ilte. Fine. A is the area of the coil. Here you can identify the area, length into breadth, cross-sectional area of the coil, length into breadth. What is B? Sir, B is the magnetic field. So magnetic field, there is a horseshoe magnet which is placed like this. You can imagine, try to imagine. These are the pole pieces. These are the pole pieces of the horseshoe magnet. You can imagine it. This is the north pole. This is the south pole. Between the north pole and south pole, this is a complete magnet, north and south. North and south. Have you seen the horseshoe magnet? Have you seen it? If you consider its top view, it will look like this. That's your horseshoe magnet, north, south. But the pole pieces are curved like this. They are not flat, they are curved. In 3 dimensions, it will be like this. In 3 dimensions, it will be like this. Okay. So there is some magnetic field, just like electric field. Just like electric field, there is something called as magnetic field. Let it be. Let it be means B. Okay. B means B. B is a magnetic field. Electric field is E, capital E. Magnetic field is capital B. Okay, no problem. Then C is a twist constant of the spring. This is called as coil. This is called as spring. C is a twist constant or torque constant. This is force constant. This is torque constant or twist constant. The name that they have given is torsional constant. Just keep on writing. Torsional constant. Theta is the deflection of the coil. Deflection of the pointer or deflection of the coil. The angle by which coil rotates, the same angle that pointer will rotate by. Okay. Deflection of coil. Fine, that's how this galvanometer instrument works. Okay. All right, sir. 2 torques will balance each other and then pointer will stop. And when the pointer stops, you can say the deflection is proportional to angle. The deflection is proportional to current in the coil. Okay, so instead of writing 0 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, we will write 0 ampere, 1 ampere, 2 ampere, or 0 milliampere, 1 ampere, 2 milliampere, 3 ampere. In this way, 0 milliampere, 2 milliampere, 4 milliampere, 6 milliampere. Means instead of angle, you will write the value of current in the coil. In this way, you can measure the current in the coil. That's it. That's how the instrument galvanometer measures the current. Okay. So can we buy galvanometer? Yes, you can buy. Next is the point, current sensitivity of galvanometer. Just keep on writing. Current sensitivity. So can we see this galvanometer in the lab? Yes. Current sensitivity. Current sensitivity. Sir, can we connect galvanometer in our electrical circuit and can we measure the current? Yes, you can measure the current. But sir, what if this galvanometer is designed to measure a current of maximum 20 milliampere and let's say in this wire there is a current of 200 milliampere and this galvanometer is designed to measure a maximum current of 20 milliampere. Maximum current of 20 milliampere this galvanometer can measure, and in this wire there is a current of 200 milliampere. What will happen to the galvanometer, sir? Galvanometer will say, I am destroyed. काय म्हणेल तो? I am now destroyed because of this 200 milliampere there is a large amount of torque. So this pointer will keep on rotating. It will say that I have to cover larger angle than which is required for 20. I want the angle which is required for 200. So it will keep on rotating. Either this pointer will break or this spring will break. So it will get destroyed. Tell me yes or no. With large current, you will have large deflection. And if that deflection is not possible, if it is not designed for that, how can you measure 200 milliampere? No, it's just not possible. Okay. So some modifications are done. So we convert this galvanometer into ammeter, which can measure large currents. Okay, so galvanometer measures small currents. Ammeter measures large current. Ultimately, working principle is same. But this galvanometer itself is modified to measure the large values of current. Okay, that will be called as ammeter. Fine, come back to this point. Current sensitivity of this galvanometer. Current sensitivity is defined as deflection per unit current. Sensitivity is deflection per unit current. Deflection per unit current is called as sensitivity. How it is written? Sensitivity and I. Current sensitivity, IS or SI. Current sensitivity. It is to be read in the reverse fashion. Current sensitivity is deflection per unit current, or you can write it like this also, absolutely no problem. So current sensitivity, you can say theta upon I. This theta as it is I in the denominator. This is current in the galvanometer. Theta upon I will be equal to what? NAB upon C. NAB upon C. NAB upon C. N is number of turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N is the number of turns. A is the area of cross section. Length into breadth. B is the magnetic field in which this coil is placed. C is the torsional constant of this spring. Torque constant of this spring. That's the formula. What will be the unit of current sensitivity? Angle per unit current. Now this C is in the units Newton meter per degree. Torque upon theta. Newton meter per degree. This is Newton meter per degree into degree. Degree cancel. Newton meter equal to Newton meter. Unit of C is Newton meter per degree. Generally it is given in degree and not in radian. Okay, so I am writing unit of torque, force into displacement, Newton meter. Unit of torque, not force into displacement, force into perpendicular distance, Newton meter. Force into perpendicular distance, Newton meter upon theta means upon degree. Theta is measured in degree and current in the ampere. So unit of current sensitivity is degree upon ampere. How many degree it rotates for given ampere or for unit ampere current, or for 1 ampere you can say. That's it. A should be small. You are writing complete name of the scientist. Yes sir. Now for the small change in current, if there is large change in angular position, for small current if there is large deflection, जरा current change झाला जास्त deflection मिळते, it will be called as more sensitive. For small current if deflection is large, For small current, if deflection is large, galvanometer is said to be more sensitive. If for if for small change in current, just keep on writing. For small change in current, if for small change in current, it gives large deflection, it is said to be more sensitive. It is said to be more sensitive. It is said to be more sensitive. म्हणजे काय? मुंगी चावली तरी आरडाओरडा करायचा आहे की नाही, त्याला म्हणायचं लार्ज सेन्सिटिव्ह. पण डास चावला तर गोंधळच. इट इज कॉल्ड as sensitive. सेन्सिटिव्ह म्हणजे काय? जरासा करंट चेंज झालाय by 1 milliampere, current change by 1 milliampere. Initially angle was 0, current changed by 1 milliampere. Now the angle became 80 degree. So such kind of behavior is called as high sensitivity. Reply me in the chat box, clear and written. Sensitivity. If you are more sensitive, you have limited angle to rotate by. तुमच्याकडे एक लिमिटेड अँगल आहे, अँगल ऑफ रोटेशन तुमच्याकडे एक लिमिटेड असतो. ओके, मॅक्सिमम अँगल बाय विच यू कॅन रोटेट ते ठरवलं जातं ऑलरेडी. ओके, कुठल्या अँगल नंतर ही कॉइल डिस्ट्रॉय होऊ शकते, तुटू शकते. द अँगल आफ्टर विच दिस spring may get damaged, that is already defined, that is already found out. So you have limited angle to rotate by. If you are rotating by large amount for small change in current, it means ultimately you will measure a smaller range of current. You cannot measure large current because you cannot rotate by that much amount. It means more sensitivity implies that less range कमी असेल. 0 to 5 milliampere only you can measure now. You cannot measure 0 to 1000 milliampere because you rotate by large amount for small change in current. So more sensitivity means less range of measurement. Okay, sir. So you need another instrument. Some modifications are required so that you can measure large currents, because generally galvanometers are highly sensitive. They cannot allow large current to pass through them. If the large current passes through the galvanometer, it will get destroyed. The maximum value of current through the galvanometer, that is already defined. The maximum deflection and the maximum current through the galvanometer is already defined. You cannot pass more current than that. If you do that, you just forget the galvanometer. You just buy the new one. Okay. Fine. So the next instrument is the ammeter. That's the modified galvanometer. Ammeter. Write down. Next instrument, ammeter, A-M-M, right? Am I right? A-M-M. Yes. Ammeter. It is, just keep on writing now. It is current measuring device. Ammeter is a current measuring device. It is a current measuring, just keep on writing. It's a current measuring device. Hmm. Ammeter is ammeter is ammeter is a galvanometer galvanometer in parallel with in parallel with shunt 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 means parallel resistance. A parallel resistance is always called as a shunt, means parallel resistance. Shunt means parallel resistance. Just keep on writing. Fine. So that's the resistance which is called as shunt S. That's your galvanometer G. And this is your ammeter. That's it. That's it. This is called as ammeter. Ammeter constructed within seconds. You have to just attach one current, one resistance in parallel with the galvanometer, you will get ammeter. Okay, sir. So ammeter is galvanometer in parallel with shunt. Galvanometer in parallel with shunt. Shunt means parallel resistance. Parallel resistance is also known as shunt. Why it is known as shunt? I don't know. It is known as shunt. If I ask you your name and if I ask you why you are called so, you will say, I don't know. Someone gave me that name. That's it. So shunt means parallel resistance. Next, shunting means connecting a parallel resistance. Okay, so this entire device is called as ammeter. The ammeter when measures current equal to I, try to understand now. When the ammeter measures current equal to I, actually this current I will come here, will split into two parts. Let us call it as IS, current through the shunt. Let us call this as IG, current through the galvanometer. When the ammeter measures current I, galvanometer measures current IG. Fine, sir. Let us write the working equations. The equations which are going to work here. Fine. Sir, can I write I equal to IG plus IS? Yes. I equal to IG plus IS. Just keep on writing. Be focused. That's called as first equation, first working equation of the galvanometer, current equation. Fine. Now let's write voltage equation. Sir, these two resistances are in parallel. These two resistances are in parallel. So can I write voltage across this equal to voltage across this? Yes. Is into S equal to Ig into G. Current into resistance. Current into resistance. This potential difference equal to this potential difference. So sir, Ig into G is equal to Is into S. Correct. That's called as voltage equation. That's called as voltage equation. Fine. Sir, how this ammeter will measure current I? The galvanometer can measure current Ig. Yes. 100% galvanometer can measure current passing through itself. But sir, this is the large current which we have to measure. This is the small current which the galvanometer can measure. Okay. So sir, what is done? Let me tell you. Sir, write down this Ig as it is, into G as it is. This Is can be written as I minus Ig. So replace Is. I minus Ig into S. Find out current I. Let's do it. Just keep on writing. Make sure you understand the mathematics being done. Now we will find I. Total current I, because we want to measure that. Let's take this Ig into S on the left hand side. Am I right? this I into S on the right hand side. Check if I am right or wrong. Okay. Sir, we want to find out I is equal to Ig into G plus Is into S. Sorry, Ig into G plus Ig into S divided by this S in the denominator. So Ig into bracket G plus S upon S. Okay, that's my current I. That's my current I. Just keep on writing the equations. जेवढ्या equations लिहिता येतील तेवढ्या लिहा. फारसं काही पाठ करायला लागत नाही. If you remember these two equations, that's enough. All other things do as per the requirement. And you know, writing current equation, current law, voltage law. Current I equal to Ig plus Is. Voltage, these two are in parallel. So Is into S equal to Ig into G. That's enough. That's enough. Other things you can do. Now I am justifying how this current I is measured. Therefore, I equal to G plus S upon S. I'm not saying remember this. No, you can do this. If you want to find I, you have this equation and you want to find I. So you have to replace Is. You have to replace Is in terms of I and Ig. And then you will find equation for I. G plus S upon S, G plus S upon S into Ig. But G and S are fixed values, are fixed resistances. G is the resistance of galvanometer, S is the resistance which is connected in parallel, implies that this is a constant value. Some constant multiplied by Ig. This is a constant value. G and S सगळे fixed आहेत. If you remove the constant, you have to write proportionality. If you remove the proportionality, you have to write equality and constant. If you want to remove the constant, you have to write proportionality. But I is proportional to Ig ala. This I is proportional to Ig. This I is proportional to Ig. But Ig is proportional to theta, deflection of the pointer of the galvanometer. So can I say A proportional to B, B proportional to C? Therefore, A proportional to B, B proportional to C. So can I say A proportional to C? Yes, sir, you can say. Up to this, reply in the chat box, clear and written. Mathematics समजलो का? Let me know up to this mathematics. बोलो. बोला, tell me. Up to this, check करा. These two equations, then replace Is by I minus Ig. Is replaced. Then just arrange equation for I. These are fixed values. So I proportional to Ig. But Ig, current in the galvanometer, is proportional to deflection in the galvanometer. A proportional to B, B proportional to C. A proportional to B, B proportional to C. So A proportional to C. Let me know in the chat box up to this. First write it down, understand it, and then reply. बोलो. CW. Good. Now see the human intelligence, how it works. Now instead of writing angle, 0 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, I will write 0 ampere, 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere. Instead of angle, now I will not write Ig. Instead of angle, now I will not write the values of Ig. The values to be written are in my hand. So instead of the value of angle, I will write value of I, not Ig. Are you getting this? Now you can measure this current. Suddenly you are capable of measuring this current, which is larger than the Ig. Now instead of writing values of theta, I will write values of I. नुसता galvanometer असता तर you could have measured only Ig. But now you have a resistance which is in parallel with the galvanometer. Suddenly you became capable of measuring this current. The only thing that you have to do is, instead of this angle theta, 0 degree, 10 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, now you will write the values of this current, not this current. You will write values of this current. That's how this instrument ammeter can measure the larger currents than Ig. Larger currents than Ig. Reply me in the chat box. Let us write that. Now instead of writing or printing values of theta, we म्हणा, people म्हणा, काही म्हणा, people write the values of capital I. So now we are able to just keep on writing, measure larger current, spelling let it be anything, current, R-E-N-T, current, capital I, than Ig, than the galvanometer current. Now you can measure I rather than Ig just by connecting one resistance in parallel. Okay sir, got it? Check करा, समझ लगा? Now we prepared ammeter, right? Okay. Now sir, what will happen if this current I is very large? Okay, let's try to understand what happens if the current is very high. Even you can destroy the ammeter. Okay, when the ammeter will get destroyed, when this galvanometer gets destroyed, the ammeter automatically gets destroyed. When this galvanometer gets destroyed, when the current through the galvanometer exceeds its maximum limit, when the current in the galvanometer exceeds its maximum limit. Okay, fine. So can I write it like this? There are two resistances, one is galvanometer, another is shunt, which are in parallel as a single instrument called as ammeter. Okay, let's keep on writing. This is the total current which is to be measured by the instrument. Yes, that's our ammeter. This is shunt resistance. This is Is. This is Ig. This is the total current I. Sir, out of this total current I, some current is Ig and the remaining current is Is. Can I write Ig equals? Now this is the parallel combination. Now use the current division principle. In the parallel combination, current divides according to the fraction of conductance. Okay. So my conductance upon total conductance. My conductance is 1 upon G. 1 upon resistance is called as conductance. My conductance upon total conductance. 1 by G plus 1 by S. This is the conduction fraction. So my current is equal to my conductance fraction into total current. Total currents are conductance fraction. If you rearrange it, if you do the cross multiplication here and do the necessary rearrangement, you will observe that IG equal to कसं होते बघा, IG equal to S upon S plus G. This is always true, okay? S upon S plus G into I. This answer becomes equal to this, or let me write it below here. After this rearrangement, you will get S upon S plus G. S upon S plus G into I. That's your IG. And let me write IS. IS equal to my conductance upon total conductance 1 by S plus 1 by G. This is my conductance fraction multiplied by total current. After rearrangement, current through the shunt is equal to, it becomes IS equal to G upon G plus S. G upon S plus G, whatever you want to write. S plus G, G plus S, sequence does not matter. After this rearrangement into I. This we have already done as well. Okay. Let's say this is R1, this is I1, this is R2, this is I2. I1 equal to R2 upon R1 plus I. IS equal to G upon G plus S. Can you recall that? Because if this is current I, if this is I1, this is R1, this is I2, this is R2, then you can say I1 is equal to R2 upon R1 plus R2. Multiplied by total current, and I2 is equal to I2 काढताना काय करायचं R1 upon R1 plus R2. Direct trick. Multiplied by total current. If you don't want to do this, then write the conduction fraction. Okay. So try to understand. Sir, current divides according to the logic of conductance. Fine. Sir, let's say we want to measure a current of 1000 ampere. Let's say, sorry, 1000 is too large. My mistake. Let's say we want to measure a current of 1000 milliampere. That is 1 ampere. Means 1000 milliampere. Let's say we want to measure the maximum possible current as 1000 milliampere. Means we want to design an ammeter of 0 milliampere to 1000 milliampere. 0 milliampere to 1000 milliampere. That's the ammeter we want to design. Okay. This galvanometer can take maximum of 10 milliampere. Okay. You want to design the range of current I is 0 to 1000 milliampere. The galvanometer can measure currents from 0 to 10 milliampere. Okay. So can you observe that? Most of this current should pass through this and not this. Otherwise, this galvanometer will get destroyed. Yes, sir. Maximum of 10 milliampere you can pass through it. Okay. So most of the current should pass through this. Okay. So most of the current should pass through this means what? Conductance of this branch should be very, very large. Current kutla path gheto? Large conductance wala. Current is proportional to conductance. Current is equal to conduction fraction in conductance fraction into the total current. So current कुठल्या branch मध्ये जास्त असेल? जिथं जास्त conductance असेल. The current will be more in that branch where the conductance is high. Conductance high means resistance low. Okay. So this current should be large. So this conductance should be large. So this resistance should be small than this. We make S less than G so that most of the current शंट रेजिस्टन्स लो आहे, सो त्या ब्रांचचा कंडक्टन्स हाय असेल, मोस्ट ऑफ द करंट तिकडनं जाईल, सो दॅट मोस्ट ऑफ द करंट out of I, or let us write most of the current out of total current passes through shunt, शंटला काय लार्ज करंट गेला तरी तो काही डिस्ट्रॉय होत नाही, त्याला काय कॉईल वगैरे नाही, जस्ट रेजिस्टन्स, सो इट विल नॉट गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड. ओके, त्याला काय पॉइंटर वगैरे नाही, इट्स जस्ट अ रेजिस्टन्स, सो इट विल नॉट से लार्ज करंट इज पासिंग थ्रू मी, सो I will get destroyed. No, shunt will allow large current to pass through it, so absolutely no problem. In this way we protect galvanometer. So you cannot connect any value in parallel with galvanometer. No, the value of the shunt to be connected in parallel with the galvanometer should be less than the resistance of galvanometer. Shunt resistance should be less, so that most of the current will pass through shunt and the remaining current should pass through galvanometer. And make sure that whatever the current still which is passing through the galvanometer is not exceeding the limit of galvanometer. galvanometer मधून पास होणारा maximum current fix असतो, the maximum current passing through the galvanometer is fixed, so still you have to make sure that it is not exceeding the maximum current. Okay, so in this way we protect galvanometer from excess current. जास्त करंट त्यातून आम्ही पास करू देत नाही, we keep it within limit. Its limit is, let's say, 10 milliampere, so we'll manage it maximum 10 milliampere passing through galvanometer, maximum 10 milliampere passing through galvanometer and all remaining passing through shunt. If the current is less than 10 milliampere, that is also okay. If it is 5 milliampere, that is also okay. 10 milliampere, that is also okay. 11 milliampere, not okay. Galvanometer gets destroyed, ammeter destroyed, that's it. galvanometer destroy झाला की ammeter working करायचा बंद. Up to this, reply in the chat box, clear and written. CW बोलो. What's the time? 10:32, 8 minutes. Okay, sir. All right. Sir, you said maximum value of current in the galvanometer is fixed. Yes. So when the maximum possible current is passing through the galvanometer, the maximum current is entering in the ammeter also, because if you increase that current, this current will also now increase and it will get destroyed. Okay, so you can write multiple types of equation like this, or let's say let us design a galvanometer, sorry, let us design ammeter, let us design ammeter. Okay, sir, what is the design of ammeter? Tell me what is the maximum current you want to measure. Let us design an ammeter for the range 0 to I max, right? 0 to I max. I value should be in between 0 to I max. Okay, fine. So design ammeter means what? Make an arrow. Find value of shunt. Design of ammeter means shunt किती लावणार parallel मध्ये, that's it. Find S. That's it. Because galvanometer resistance is already fixed. Galvanometer maximum current is already fixed. Now you are saying design a galvanometer, design the ammeter which can measure the current from 0 to Imax. Okay. So what is the only thing to be designed? The value of this shunt resistance. Okay. When we were designing the electrical instruments in the second year and third year, actually we were finding the values of resistances and capacitances and the inductances and the diodes, whatever the electrical devices are there, or instruments, small instruments or small devices are there, their values are to be found. Circuit fix असतं बाळांनो. What is to be designed means deciding the values. This value should be what, this value should be what, according to the application which you want. Right now we want the ammeter which can measure the current of 0 to Imax. So design this ammeter means what? Design means just decide the values. Okay, circuits are generally fixed. Okay, all right, sir. So how to find S? Not a big deal. Write the voltage equation. Ig into G equal to Is into S. Solution. Ig into G, current into resistance, equal to Is into S. Okay, sir, we want to find out S. Okay, let's do it. S is equal to Ig into G divided by Ig into G divided by Is. Okay, sir. Sir, we know what is maximum value of current through the galvanometer. We know Ig max. Okay. We also know Imax. We know Ig max. We know Imax. We know G value. We don't know S value. You do not know what is Ig, what is Is. What you know is Ig max and Imax. Just keep on writing. Let's write it on the next line. Therefore, S is equal to Ig into G divided by, can I write Is? Can I write Is as I minus Ig? Yes. This current is I, out of which this current is Ig. So remaining will be I minus Ig. Okay. So Ig into G upon I minus Ig. Design complete. If I equals I max, इथनच येणारा करंट मॅक्सिमम पॉसिबल आला तर इथनं पण येणारा करंट मॅक्सिमम पॉसिबल असेल. If I equal to Imax, if this current is maximum, then this current is also maximum. If I equal to Imax, then Ig equals Ig max. Therefore, shunt value, which is a number which is to be found out, is equal to, instead of I, now put Ig max divided by, instead of I put Imax, instead of Ig put Ig max. So I just attach the max to this Ig max, Imax, Ig max, Ig max, Imax, Ig max into G. Design complete. This value will be given to you, this value will be given to you, this value is already known to you, this value will be designed 0 to Imax, 0 to 5 ampere. So 5 ampere will be the maximum current which you want to measure as an ammeter, and let's say 10 milliampere is the maximum current which the galvanometer can sustain, 10 milliampere. So Ig max 10 milliampere. Let's say 5 ampere current, 5 ampere you have to convert into milliampere. Then everything in either ampere or milliampere. So Ig max, let's say 5 ampere, you will convert it into 5000 milliampere. So 5 here Imax, not Ig max, Imax, let's say Imax, the maximum possible current that you want to measure is, let's say 0 to 5 ampere, and this can take a maximum current of 10 milliampere. So you will write this as 0 to 5000 milliampere. So Imax will be 5000 milliampere, Ig max will be 10 milliampere. 5000 milliampere, 10 milliampere, 10 milliampere galvanometer resistance, let's say 50 ohm, 60 ohm, whatever that value is, and this value of S will be automatically lower than that ammeter design over. Reply in the chat box. Will you be able to design ammeter? (10:39). We have 1 more minute. Clear and written. Design ammeter for given range 0 to I max. Design means value of shunt. It's nothing, just voltage equation. Parallel मध्ये ना voltage same असेल. बोलो fast. Done? Are the things taught in today's lecture clear to all of you? Enjoyed? मजा आ गया? The device which you have never seen, now you have imagined it. That's actual power of imagination. Einstein has already said, between knowledge and imagination, imagination is more important. पण सर आम्हाला आइन्स्टाईनचं ऐकायचंच नाहीये, है ना? ऐका रे, ऐका, त्याचं पण ऐका. सर आम्ही न्यूटनला फॉलो करतो, है ना? म्हणजे न्यूटननं चुकीचं सांगितलं तरी ऐकणार आणि आइन्स्टाईननं बरोबर सांगितलं तरी नाही ऐकायचं. न्यूटनची जी काही थिअरी ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी होती ती बदलायला लावली आइन्स्टाईन, माहितीये का? आइन्स्टाईन म्हणला न्यूटन चुकीचा आहे आणि न्यूटन चुकीचा होता आणि आहे. मग सर तरी पण आम्हाला न्यूटनची थिअरी का शिकवत? सोपी आहे ना शिकवायला, समजून घ्यायला, म्हणून शिकवत. बर चलो. So in this lecture we will stop at this point. Remaining things we'll do in the next lecture. It's 10:40 now. Join your next lecture. Have a good day and nice day to all of you. Chalo bye bye everyone. Yes, chalo bye.